today I want to talk about, is it better to buy or start a business? So I've owned many businesses over the years, and I want to give you my perspective on this question. So what I would say is, over 90% of the time, it's much better to buy a business than start a business. The other 5-10% of the time that I think would be better to start your own business is if you are starting a business that doesn't exist in the area that you want to start your business in. Maybe it's a hot new thing that you want to start or try, or maybe it's something that's worked really well in other countries, other areas, and it's just not in your area yet, so you can't buy that business. But for the most part, besides those types of reasons, I would always want to buy somebody else's business than starting one on my own from the beginning, from scratch. All right, so let's get into the reasons. There are many reasons. The first reason is you get instant cash flow. As soon as you start that business, the day one, when you take it over, you're going to start making money. How do I know that? Well, because I have, before I bought it, I did all my due diligence. I looked to see how it was doing before. I'm not going to buy a business that wasn't doing well, so I know it was doing well, and when I take it over, it's going to keep doing well. So starting day one, I'm going to make money. If I was to start a business from scratch, it could take 6 months, a year, or maybe never, cash flow. I just don't know because there's no track record. So that's a major reason, okay? The next reason is it's much faster than starting from scratch. When you start a new business and from scratch, like, you have nothing in place. You got to go look for a location. You've got to go do your build out. You got to do all kinds of stuff, and it could just take a long time before you even get to get that business started. It could take 6 months or even longer. When you buy a business, you start right away. Okay. Another very important reason is you get to acquire previous owner's knowledge, right? So the previous owner has been running this business for a long time and has put all kinds of systems in place, and they've been working really well for them. They're profitable. That's why you bought it. So if you get to buy this business, he's going to teach you everything he knows in whatever period of time you guys agree to. Usually when I buy somebody else's business, they give me anywhere from 3 to 6 months, sometimes 12 months, that they stay with me and help me and train me and go through stuff. And then even after their training is done, they're still available for calls, and if anything comes up that I need their help with. So you kind of have like a second person, like almost like a partner to help you, even though he's not really your partner, instead of having to come up with everything on your own and figuring out all the systems. Now, once you have all his systems in place, you could change them to make them a little bit better, but you don't have to start from the beginning. All right? Now, that leads me to the next point, which is you're not going to make as many mistakes, right? You're going to make less mistakes. Every single time I start a business, from scratch, I make a lot of mistakes. And when I buy businesses from people, my mistakes become way less because I have already a track record and everything that I need to do. So the next important reason is it's easier to secure financing. When I go out and buy a business from somebody else, a profitable business, there's tons of people that come to me that want to lend me money. I could borrow money on the cash flow of the business. I could borrow money on the assets of the business, but it's not that hard. There's plenty of people that want to lend you money. Now, if I was to start a business from scratch, it's going to be a lot harder to get the financing I need to do everything because there's no track record, and it's just a much more risky proposition for any lender. The other thing that's easier to secure is it's easier to secure credit from vendors because there's a track record with that business already. So vendors are going to give you a lot more credit and a lot more things that they'll give you terms on than if you started one from the beginning. So those kind of things go together. Now, the next thing that I would like to tell you is you have brand awareness and reputation. Right? Would somebody rather go buy something from a new store that nobody knows what it is and no one knows you, or would they rather buy stuff from someone that's been around for a while, they already have a good brand awareness and a good reputation? Of course, they would rather buy some stuff in your product or services from a company that's been around for a while that has a good reputation and everybody knows them. So you're gonna be able to grow faster because you already have a good head start. Now, the next thing that I think is really important is you already have existing employees, customers, product, vendors, equipment. So you kind of have all this stuff in place. It's a very long process to go out and hire employees from scratch, and you don't know if they're going to be good or not good, or how many you're going to have to replace, how many are going to show up, and it's just an endless process. So when you buy a business that already exists, you already get all these people in place. Now you get to talk to the previous owner and ask them, okay, who are your great employees? Who are the ones that are mediocre? Who are the ones that are the worst? And you can upgrade the ones that they suggest for you to upgrade, but you're going to have just everyone in place here. As far as product, you're going to know what sells good, what doesn't sell good. Customers, again, that goes back to you're going to start making money right away. You already have customers in place, and you can just grow off of those. So the next thing that I like, and this is one of my favorite actually, is you get to complement other existing businesses you have. So for instance, if you were to buy a business, you know how much you're going to make because you have that cash flow already that they've had for the last few years, and you kind of know what they're going to make. And even if you start your own business, once you've had it a while, you're making a certain amount of money. But when you buy another existing business, you could double your income right away, because if you're making $50,000 a year and you buy another business making $50,000 a year, now you're making $100,000 a year, like overnight, instead of to have to grow it over time. And so I really like this strategy here, which is kind of like what I would call a bolt-on acquisition, which would combine multiple businesses that are similar that could help each other and grow faster. The next reason why I like to buy existing businesses is because it has the biggest upside out of anything I do, right? I do a lot of real estate, I do other investments. Out of all investments I've ever done, the businesses have biggest upside. So for every dollar that I spend on a business, the potential to make unlimited amounts is crazy. On real estate, if I spend $1, maybe I can make $2 or $3 if I'm really lucky. On a business, I can spend $1 and make $10, $100. So it's just got a very, very big potential upside. The last reason why I would tell you to definitely buy a business is there is no shortage. Right? There's no shortage of businesses. There's probably millions of businesses for sale right now in the US, and on top of those millions, there's tens of millions of businesses that exist that aren't even for sale. And all those businesses, whether they're for sale or not, you could buy. Most of the businesses that I've bought lately over the last few years haven't even been for sale. I just reached out to them and did deals without them even knowing that they wanted to sell. So again, my suggestion would be definitely to buy a business and not start one on your own, unless it is something that doesn't exist and it's something that is really good and you've seen it in other places, other countries, that you want to bring to your area. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you later.